Hello, everyone. I am your friendly neighborhood techno wizard and the host of this show. First off, let's get the business out of the way. Please like, share, subscribe, share the channel. Anybody who's interested in this, I'm trying to do a good kind of accounting of riffs, just to get your, people into it and people to understand it. It's a very good game, very fun game. But today's show is going to be about
Steven,
Wong.
what do you want, stranger?
Books on astral projection.
That's right. The pursuit of magic, the ability to learn and gather new spells. Now, how do I phrase this? When you're a mage character, or any character for that matter, it's kind of assumed you spend a fair bit amount of time in your off time training.
All you need to do is focus. Visualize. See the destination in your...
That's right. You spend a lot of your time there sitting there and having it not work. That's what training is. That's what learning is. To do that, you need all the other stuff. So, what you got to do is you got to either taught it, learn it, that kind of thing. But the first one they cover here is purchasing. Essentially, you go to a shop in a Magic City or anywhere. I mean, you could find like some podunk little shop that has a spell of whatever you want, but you're going to have to pay for it. And the first one is cash, of course. I have said spell book that teaches magic missile. You want to learn it? Okay. Book is $5,000. Book is $10. If you find a $10 book, you probably don't want that one. Anyway, what you do is you buy it with this little system right here. You get 5,000 credits per level. Understandable, level 9, level 10, level... Yeah, you can just buy it outright. That's the quote-unquote reasonable price. However, if you've ever played an RPG, you know that when you want something, the price becomes very unreasonable for you, but very reasonable for the person selling it. Especially when it goes up and up and up and up. Now, like I said, the first one is just buying it. Just walking into some magic shop. The guy says, oh, that's this much, and you exchange cash. One of the other ways to do it is to trade for it. This usually involves, like, you went to the mage, you're in a town, there's one mage. He's got a spell. He says yes. However, I need something done for me because I can't leave my magical little pinnacle here because, well, I don't want to. If you can go get me dragon bone powder, at least 10 ounces of it. Any number of magical ingredients, books. Take somebody out. Depends on the mage. I mean, if it's a nice, good mage, you might just say, hey, can you just let's go around and help the village that I live in. They're nice people. And you spend a day going and helping people put out their trash, people collecting crops, pulling the harvest, that kind of thing. And he turns around and he says, yeah, that was really nice. Here you go. Odds are that's not going to be that high level of spell, but it's going to be something you probably could use. That's kind of the trade thing, where somebody offers you the spell in trade, hence the term. The other one is, demons. Okay, monsters, demons, they do have spell knowledge. They can pass it on to you. However, bit of advice from a GM here. Never take the trade. There's always something bad. It's like he'll teach you the spell, but he teaches you the version of the spell where every time you do it, a finger comes off. And yes, that has been done in games before. Oh, look, I got turned water to wine. Wow, water. Ah! My finger just turned black. What the? Yep. That can happen. Demons and monsters and anybody you're making a deal with on that bad side of the spectrum, there's usually a couple strings attached or blatant FUs after it's done all over. Never trust them. Unless you can figure out how to make them trust. Alright. The second one is boons and grants. That's simple. You save the village. Here you go. You're doing something for Like what I do is usually the Laszlo Exploratory Core. That makes a great little foundation to do an adventure off of. You send them out, they come back, they did a good job. The mage said he's wanting to learn this spell. Basically, they say, okay, cool. Because you did the mission and you did it good, here you go. Here's the spell book. Go try it out in the backyard and don't blow yourself up. All right? All right, now, that being said, how do I phrase this? No matter what mage you are, you could be a shifter, a techno wizard, a battle mage, natural mage, elemental fusionist, whatever. There is going to be, well, how do I phrase this? There's always going to be something called a guild.
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
That's right. Your friendly neighborhood guild. We have a full library, and if you're a member of the guild, you have free access. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not a member yet. You haven't paid your membership fee. Guilds are membership. Think about them as societies or whatever you want to call them. Some societies are, diviners of the sacred truth, that kind of thing. But usually in Rifts, like in Laszlo, you will have effectively a Ley Walker guild, a Techno Wizard guild, a Shifters guild, a Blue Mage guild, whatever magical person, natural magic user, whatever, Nesca line magic user. Guild. These are people who do what you do. Some of them are higher level, some of them are lower level. Guilds have certain things. You can be an initiate in the guild. You got to earn your way in. You've got to pay a certain taxes, that kind of thing. But the advantage of a guild, and if you're a member, is you will have access to the library. Yep, that's right. Access to the library only until a certain level. That's kind of one of those things you can use to limit characters or kind of hold them, not let them be too OP. They're a member of a guild. You get certain levels to the guild. They have to accomplish certain magical feats. That kind of thing. Guilds are guilds. You only get certain access to things. You only get this. You only get that. But it does give you a more readily supply available of things. There's another advantage to being part of a guild. Your character does pay a certain percentage of their income or fees or whatever to be said part of said guild. However, usually the accomplishing of that will be better than the not accomplishing of that. I'll put it that way. You get more access to more things. So you get access to spells. Those spells are pretty high power. You get to practice them. But the brotherhood, whatever you're part of, they may hold you back, like I said. Now, here's one of the bigger things. As you travel, what can happen is you go from Laszlo to Tolkien. Okay, there's probably two kind of brother guilds or the same guild in those two cities. The Birds of Cheetown, there's probably not a real magical guild. There's just like a bar that suits magical people, and they hide it real well. Or you go to Merktown or something like that, and you find, well, we're not part of your guild, but we're associated with your guild, so how can I help you? Like a magic shop, like, okay, oh, hi, yeah, oh, well, I'm part of this guild. Oh, yeah, we're associated with them. How can I help you for, whatever you want? Then they give you access to certain things that the guild members only have access to. If you weren't part of the guild, you wouldn't get it. So, yeah, that's how that works. And guilds give you, common place with certain mages, there's always that one where, you run into somebody and, oh, I'm part of this guild and you're part of that guild. Oh, okay, cool. Well, we see part of you provides a connection or a story plot line that a GM can use to get you there. So that's it. And then there's a whole bunch of little rules on that. But the last one is the way you learn is magical scrolls. They're extremely uncommon on Earth. They're common other places. Basically, a person makes a scroll. They put magical energy into it. You read the scroll because you can read the language, and it pops off the spell. This can make even non-magic users. Can non-magic users use? I think so, but I'll do a little more checking on that one. But I think if you can read it, you can cast it. Essentially, that's what I think. You know, and like I said, that's how you learn new spells. Is you do practicing, you do teaching, you do other things. And magic scrolls is like one of the worst ways to do it because you have such a low chance of actually learning the spell. And usually the spell is consumed the instant you read it. It's an old classic joke of where the guy reads the spell and the paper ignites on fire. But, like I said, learning new spells can be fun.
सबसे पहले आगामोटो की आंख खोलो।
Like I said, learning new spells can be fun. However, it also carries its inherent risks. And, alright. With that being said, I hope I've covered this enough for you. I hope you understand. I hope you have a greater understanding of this, and I hope you enjoy and play Rifts. Yeah. With that being said, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing in the comment section. Also, check me out on Rumble. I'm over there. I'm also now on Minds and Gab. Not so much on Reddit anymore or Locals. I kind of switched over to Rumble because it's a more free speech platform, but I won't get into that right now. So, like I said, please like, share, subscribe, share the channel. Yeah, and just have a fun day. And like I've always said, I've worked with Fergal, and I do know Chad the man.